On this episode of Samp&Chance Boxing, guys, we are going to go back to London or Liverpool. We're going to check out the Nick Ball, Ronny Rios fight that happened over there. Also, we're going to go to Australia. Janibek Mikhailovich is in the bag. And guys, we're going to preview the fight of the year, Bicol versus Beterbeiv. Guys, 175 on the line, all of it. Someone's always got to go, and someone's going to become undisputed. We're going to talk about all of this on this episode of Samp&Chance. So strap in, and thank you for letting us into your ears. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance Boxing. Guys, we got a killer show for you here today. But before that, let me introduce you to the killer beside me, Mr. Chance Michaels. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. Yourself?
Can't complain, man. We had a productive weekend of fights. An interesting weekend of fights, actually, only for the fact that everything happened in the daytime or early morning. There was really nothing Saturday evening. So, I mean, if you needed your boxing fix, it was an afternoon fix, man. Quiet night on the North America side. But hey, I tell you what, let's not waste any time. Let's get to London, England, and let's talk about our friend Ronny Rios' attempt at greatness. Here we go. Your thoughts on the fight initially, man?
It was what I predicted on the last show, and I was hoping I was wrong. He's 34 now. This is his third chance at the world title. He hasn't got it yet, unfortunately. He's never going to get another world title shot again. He was outskilled, outmatched, outclassed. Now the breakdown, what I see in the fight, he's 5'7". Nick Ball's 5'2". Ronny didn't fight like the bigger man. He didn't throw his jab enough. And I get it. Ball's coming at you and bursts 5-6 punches in and out. Ronny, another problem, Ronny. And he said after the fight, he didn't follow the game plan. And this is an amateur mistake. He would come in there with the earmuffs like this. That's fine. Yeah. He didn't move his head. No. When you're not moving your head, he's an easy target. Ball would hit him in the body. As far as he hit him in the body more. And then Ball would just break his guard, smash him with uppercuts. Yeah. It was very simple. No movement on Ronny. He looked tired. Wow. He looked old and slow. Now, in saying that, heart of a lion. He took an absolute beating and he fought back, punched what he could. But he just didn't have the skill to compete with Nick Ball. Nick Ball is one of the most exciting fighters in the world. He's a world class. Hats off to Ronny in a heartfelt fight. But put your hands down and move your head, or you're just sit and duck.
Well, so. Yeah, and this is what I saw as well. The one thing I noticed right off the bat, he was just too square.
Yeah,
he was coming at him too square. And yeah, he had his hands up, and a lot of those shots probably didn't get through, but the ones I needed to get through, like those short uppercuts, like he ate a part of those throughout the whole fight.
Yeah, he's breaking his guard every time. Yeah,
best round that Ronny had was fourth and fifth round. Really, honestly, maybe even the sixth round. I feel that Nick Ball, with all due respect to Ronny here, Nick took those rounds off, right? And whatever that Ronny was trying to do, like, yeah, you're right. He had the longer reach. He's the bigger man.
5 inches, yeah, it's a lot of height.
If he was able to keep his jab going and keep that working and keeping him at bay, I mean, you saw that was starting to work for him in the fourth and fifth round. Fifth round, particularly, if he did win a round, it would have been the fifth one. But again, just coming in too square, man, and he was just eating way too many shots. This guy is a warrior, absolute warrior, right? Nothing but respect for Ronny Rios on this one. But yeah, Nick Ball is what Nick Ball is. He is literally what he's being advertised as, man. This guy's a straight.
Frank Warren said he's one of the most exciting fighters in the world, and it's hard to argue with that.
No, it's not. And coming into the fight with Ronny, it's not like he had any easy fights leading up to this one, right? Mm-hmm. So he has fought some serious competition leading up to this.
Oh yeah.
Was this the easier fight of all of them? Probably, but it helped Ronny that he made it easy for him. That's where I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, and I'm surprised a veteran like Ronny, who's been in his third world title fight, is not moving his head when he's coming, and his hands, he's nice, he's covered up. But you move your head, you're making an easy target for somebody as talented as Ball.
I feel that he came in with too much respect for Nick Ball's power. And he showed that right off the bat. And the one thing I noticed, I know we're over the time, but he kept going into this head jog stance where he would drop to his level, making it even easier for him to hit him. You know what I mean? Like, he was just like inviting him to say, okay, finish me off. I mean, you could see it from that perspective. I'm sure that wasn't his logic. And I'm sure he gave it everything he had, right? But you know what? He went out on his shield. You know,
He
it's like,
might fight again, but he'll never have another world title shot again.
what, man?
Uh,
If anything, his stock went up a little bit because he showed his toughness, right?
his stock went up in the fact that he'll get another fight if he
Yeah.
wants to. He'll never have another world title fight again. It's over.
Yeah.
He's 34. He had
Probably,
three
probably.
chances. I hate
All
to say
right.
it. I love the guy, but
Yeah,
that's the
yeah, yeah.
reality of it.
No, mad respect to Ronny Rios. Mad respect to Nick Ball, man. Both guys came
Yep.
through. They showed their.
Exciting fight. You can't say it was boring.
No, it was a good fight. It was a good fight,
Yep.
definitely. All right, brother man, let's get into it. Round number 2. Let's go to Australia. Janibek Malkovich, man. I mean, ninth round, he did what he was supposed to do. I said to you going into this fight, my only fear for Janibek, he was overconfident, over kind of, just sometimes that overconfidence can cost you. It didn't in this case. He played it out, but I mean, I don't know, man. I didn't really get anything out of the fight myself. I thought it was a good fight. I thought it was supposed to be what it was, and it was what it was. You?
Well, I'll say one thing. Janibek and Nick Ball did exactly what they were supposed to do and
Yeah,
what we thought they would do. Two lopsided beatdowns.
yeah.
You know, he beat the crap out of Malkovich. I thought they could have stopped in the second round. A lot of people are criticizing the referee for not stopping it early on. You could blame Malkovich's corner too. And another way you look at it, the ref letting him fight. You know what I mean? If he's protecting himself, he's punching back. I mean, we can second guess it now, but I thought it should have been stopped in the second round. But Janibek is an absolute monster. Malkovich had no chance. He got beat pillar to post. But Rios and Malkovich, they can take a beating. They got hearts of lions, but they just don't have the skill to match up to those guys.
No,
And
they don't, and they don't.
another exciting fight, finished in a knockout, TKO, what we wanted to see. And Janibek's the real deal. Nick Ball's the real deal. And yeah, not much to say. Just kick the crap out of him.
Well, we can talk about
Uppercuts, body
possibly
shots, head shots.
Well, we can talk about Janibek's next, opponent here, which they've already kind of announced. They want him to fight Shiraz. Now, not a lot of people know who he is. He's a British boxer. He's been in a lot of these Saudi cards. He was on the undercard of the Dubois Joshua fight as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of,
Got a lot of buzz. Yeah.
he's got a lot of buzz, but I don't think this is the right fight for him. I don't think Shiraz has fought enough guys to warrant a Janibek match. I think fighting Janibek is going to put him back a few spots here. That's my opinion. I'm taking nothing away from him. I think he's a great fighter, but he's not faced anything like a Janibek in his career yet. I mean, I don't know. You?
You got to take a challenge, I guess, if he's up for it. He feels he can get the fight and he wants to get paid more. You're going to get paid more fighting Janibek than fighting somebody that nobody knows. So I don't blame him from that perspective. And maybe he feels he can win and maybe he will win. Probably not, but we don't know yet. So you got to step up eventually in competition. So if he's got the guts and the heart to do it.
I'm all for this. I'm all for the
Make it
step
happen.
up, but I think he's probably a fight away, maybe 2 fights away from facing him. In my opinion, I just don't
Possibly.
think. Right, that's just my only fear. I mean, look, boxing, anything can happen. We've seen this years past. We've seen it this year.
Yeah.
Right, things that weren't supposed to happen are happening. Outcomes
True.
that we didn't anticipate are reality.
Yeah.
So I think it can happen here. But again, this is I don't know.
Hats off to Nick Ball. Hats off
Yeah.
to Janibek. You guys beat their opponents down and you made exciting fights, and we're happy with. They're two good fights to watch. You can't say they were boring, and it was exciting.
No. Good lunchtime viewing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
Good night of fights.
There you go. Now let's talk about the big one. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We go. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been waiting for this. It was supposed to happen in February, then it was supposed to happen in June. We're finally getting it this weekend. Dmitry Bivol, Artur Beterbeiv, undisputed 175. Beterbiev got 3 of them. Bivol's got the other one. Both of them got a no. So one guy's going to take all the belts and the other guy's going to take a loss. Now, I'm not going to say this is the greatest fight in this weight class or the greatest fight in history, but this is probably the most anticipated fight of this year. Most people are calling it a 50-50. Mr. Chance Michaels, you got the floor. What do you see?
Second most anticipated fight of the year. Fury Usyk was number 1, undisputed for heavyweight. But this will be second. This might be a better fight than Fury. We don't know. What do I see? We got the power. We got scary power from Artur Beterbiev. And we got the technician in Bivol. Smart. If you watch the Bivol Canelo fight, I had him winning 11 rounds to 1. The judges had him much closer than that. He actually dominated Canelo. Canelo's never been dominated before. Even though Triple G beat Canelo, he didn't dominate him like Bivol did. Anyways, let's get to this fight. I still got to go with Beterbiev. I know he's a little bit older, but the power, he's scary power. He finishes every opponent off. I can see him getting Bivol out of there round 7, round 8. This is going to be an absolute amazing fight. I'm super excited for it. I'm going to take Beterbiev. I think he's going to finish in round 7, round 8. Bivol's never felt power like that. Nobody has felt power like that until he's stepping against this guy. He knocks everybody out, and he's scary. Bivol got more skill. He could beat him, but I'm going Beterbiev. Round 7, TKO rest stoppage. I think he's going to bloody him up.
Okay, I can't disagree with your analysis and I can't disagree with your prediction, but I will go the other way. I've been fighting with this man because for me, it's a 50-50 fight either way.
Yeah,
But
go either
that
way.
power, that man has, even at his age. And they say the last thing to go is the power.
Yeah, old
So
man.
he still has the power. Now, my concern with Beterbiev is his time off, is his injuries, and the things that he's had to deal with leading up into this fight. That's my only concern for him. I'm going to say Bivol by decision because we talked about Beterbiev and his power and Bivol never facing anyone who's had that kind of power. Well, you know what? We can say that Beterbiev has never fought a technician as great as a boxing technician,
true.
as great as Bivol is. Now, Bivol knows his power,
Oh,
and
yeah. They'll have a game plan for it to keep it at bay.
And Bivol knows, we know that Bivol can't handle hard power. He's been knocked down before. I think it was Yardley that he fought that knocked him down with a powerful punch. So we know he can't take power. So the technician in him, we're going to get one of the greatest powers, get power sources against one of the greatest technician sources in this fight, in my opinion. It's going to be. I think Bivol wins by decision because he's just going to hold him at bay and not let him get close. I mean, he's got the advantage in height, he's got the advantage in reach, he's got that technical side that Bivol doesn't have, right? Or that to me, or that Beterbiev doesn't have. So I think really it comes down to, can he hold him at bay? Can he keep him at a distance and just keep working that jab and working combinations and frustrating him and tiring him out and get the decision? He's not going to knock him out. Bivol by decision, in my opinion.
This is not going to decision. One of these guys is going down because Beterbiev just brings that pace. He keeps coming forward. So I can't see this going 12 rounds. I still got Beterbiev round 7, but I think Bivol, if he does beat him, will have to stop him because Beterbiev, he's going to win standing up or he's going to lose on his back.
We'll see how it goes out. You're not wrong. I'm not wrong. I mean, okay, so we'll say this.
Well, one of us is going to be wrong. We'll see. Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. We're not wrong in how we're thinking about the fight. Is what I'm saying. Right? Yeah. What we've decided is the outcome, or what we anticipate is the outcome. One of us will be wrong.
And by the way, Dmitry Bivol is a slight favorite here. Slight favorite. $100 on Beterbiev will pay you back $220.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, right? The younger man is Bivol.
Yeah, I don't blame. I agree with the odds on that. And that's why I even like the Beterbiev fight even more.
You look at the ring experience overall, generally speaking, Bivol has more rounds, right? Beterbiev has been in bigger fights, or Beterbiev has been in big fights, but Bivol has been in perhaps one of the biggest fights in boxing history, just in terms of attention, just in terms of the crowd, and we're talking about Canelo. So he has that experience as well behind him. He has more ring experience than Beterbiev because of all the injuries that he's had. He's had a couple more fights than Beterbiev has coming into this fight. So will ring rust play a factor? How cautious will Beterbiev be with his hand because of the injuries? You know what I mean?
He's not going to be cautious. He's a warrior. He's going all out. He'll break his hand. He has to.
But these are all the little things that can kind of come into play here. Now, none of it can mean nothing. Right? We broke down that Joshua Dubois fight like this, and it was completely opposite from what anybody expected.
No, I said round 6. Round 7. He's knocking him out.
Meaning wise, just the style, right? Outside of you and maybe a few people, majority of the people had it the other way, sort of a deal.
Yeah, well, that's because they got caught in the Joshua love and hype.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
How many people are getting caught up in the hype and love of both of these guys either way?
Everybody's getting, you know what? This is why I even love this fight even more for Beterbiev, because everybody's caught up in the love of Bivol and his great footwork. And he's an amazing talent. That's how I know. My gut's telling me Beterbiev.
Right. But most analysts and everything are having a hard time picking the winner. They're like, struggling to go one way or the other. I think the safe bet with most analysts is 50-50. What's Vegas saying?
He's already said that. So Bivol's the favorite. Slight favorite.
All right, brother man, I think we've covered everything here. We got it all. Hopefully we can do something special for this one on Saturday. We'll see. No guarantees, but hey, we're working
Yep.
on it.
It'll be a good fight either way. I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. All right, brother man. I tell you what, it is time. I know, it's a little different timing here, but let's do it anyways. It's time for Chance's Corner. Mr. Michaels, what do you got, brother?
Well, I was wrestling around with what to say here, but we're gonna have a little fun with this one. I'm gonna name my Mount Rushmore of all-time commentators. People, leave in the comments your favorite commentators of all time. It can be from any sport. Here we go. Pat Summerall, greatest NFL commentator of all time. What a voice. Didn't have to yell, didn't have to shout. He would let the play breathe. He doesn't got to scream and yell like Tony Romo. He let the play develop, let you take it in, and then call the play. That's how it should be done. Second,
Right.
Bob Cole, greatest hockey commentator of all time. Maybe the greatest voice in sports of all time. Debatable. Same thing with Bob Cole. Now, he would yell, he would raise his voice, but same thing. After a big goal, he would let you enjoy the moment. Let the crowd cheer. Let you take it in as a fan, not hoot and holler and get overexcited. Third, really, really good commentator here, Dave Niehaus. I know most people say Vin Scully, but for me, Dave Niehaus, Mariners commentator, loud voice, super hyper, he's super homer, amazing voice, iconic voice. I grew up so close to it, heard it all the time in the stadiums, had to go with him.
Goodbye, baseball.
And, there's so many good ones, but you have to go. I know he's not a play-by-play guy. I know he's a broadcast journalist and analyst, but you have to go with the one and only greatest football video game of all time. Great guy, great voice, the one and only John Madden. That's my Mount Rushmore of commentators. Leave your comments if you disagree or agree. Let's hear it.
Oh, 100%. You know what, Dave Niehaus? Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that one, especially one of my favorite things to do is buy the garlic fries, walk down that first baseline, and rub his head.
Yeah.
The bust of a statue there. Yeah, he was great. I mean, he's more of a local guy for the Pacific Northwest, but Dave Niehaus, goodbye, baseball. Iconic, man.
Yeah.
Iconic. Great listener, man. I can't argue with that at all. I mean, they built a whole video game empire around Madden. So
yeah.
The football game's called Madden.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Anything happened in boxing history or Canadian history?
Yeah, we got something for American boxing history. This week in 2005 at the Thomas and Mack Center, which I've been to a few times for Pakia fights. Jose Luis Castilla got his revenge on Diego Chico Corrales. Fourth round TKO. Second part of their fight. First fight was iconic, one of the top 10 fights of all time. They say round 9 might be maybe the greatest round of all time in their first fight. Corrales got the victory for that. This one, Castilla got his revenge. Rest in peace to Diego Corrales, who ended up losing his life riding a motorcycle in Las Vegas.
Oh, man. Horrible.
Oh, and Canadian history. Let's talk about the MMA fights I went to on the weekend at Fraser Hall.
Sure.
Banquet Hall. Good fights. Lots of action. 14 fights. A little bit long. All action. The guy got choked out in 30 seconds. Throwing fists, guys and girls, all out. 600 to 700 people in there. Great event. Was happy to be there.
Explain to me how it is to watch two guys, beat the crap out of each other while you're having dinner at the same time. How is that? It's an experience?
It's good. So it's like watching at your house if you're having dinner. Watch it on the screen.
But if you're close enough and is there any blood fly out of the ring or anything, you don't want that in your buddy.
One guy got his nose broken. I'm always sitting front row because my friend puts on the shows. But one guy got his nose busted bleeding, but I haven't had any blood. Sometimes you see a little spit come out, but you're still about 5-6 feet back of the table, so he doesn't come out.
Cool.
And the commentator, the play-by-play guy there, he was great. He's professional. He's funny. He's got a great voice. Hats off to him.
Okay.
Good event.
This is a fight that I want. Like, I know everyone's going to be tuning in for the Bivol Beterbeiv fight. Okay. The undercard is pretty good, but you have to be a boxing fan to appreciate the rest of this card. With all respect to everyone. Okay. Casual fan, right? But there is one fight there that I really wish everyone puts a little time aside for and try to check out. The Fraser Clark fight for the British heavyweight title. Man, their fight earlier this year was a barn burner. What a great fight. It was absolutely insane. These guys are going to go at it again here on the undercard. So, I'm not going to get too much details this and that, but go check it out. If these guys come in like they did that last fight they had against each other, this is going to be an amazing fight as well. besides the Bivol Beterbiev fight, this is the fight I'm looking forward to on that card. So I just wanted to throw that out there to everyone. You know, just
even the Beterbiev Bivol fight is not a huge mainstream fight. It's going to be a great fight. It's not going to be like for Usyk.
no, it's not.
They're
It's
just
not a
not as well
mainstream
known.
fight,
But
but
doesn't mean it won't be a better fight. But it was not going to draw like that.
no, it's not going to draw like that. But it's still a huge fight if in the boxing world.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's being anticipated for a long time.
Oh yeah,
and we're getting the true number one against number two in this case, which makes it that much more exciting, right? So, yeah, there we go. All right, brother man, I think we've got a show. I think we're ready to put a bow on this and package it and send it to wherever it has to go. So, on that note, I'm Bobby Sampson. He's Mr. Chance Michaels.
And in the words of the great AC/DC, those that download, like, and subscribe to the podcast, we salute you.
We do salute you guys. The weekend is fast approaching. Here we are. Please be safe. Enjoy yourselves. Take your time to get around. The weather is getting to that time of the year now. The daylight's starting to kind of diminish earlier. So just be aware of everything. And most importantly, guys, I know I sound like a broken record on a loop, but if I don't keep saying it, I don't want anyone to forget. Never stop fighting for what you believe in, both in your personal life, professional life, and life in general. You want it, fight for it, go after it. Do not let anyone deter you. Anyone deterring you, anyone telling you any different is because they don't want you to succeed, because they're too afraid to succeed. So don't be that person. Succeed, do the best you can. And everyone out there who is succeeding, we salute you. Samp and Chance out.